Now this chat is evidence.
Yep. Actually, it's not because it just started and you missed that whole spiel at the start.
God.
And welcome back to Dorks Untitled.
Hi, Nick.
Where we have nothing but the best, the finest of entertaining individuals. Dorks Untitled.
Yeah, we're here for your entertainment.
Where we have nothing but the best, the finest of entertaining individuals.
Dorks. Yeah, no, I don't care what the
we're here
one
for your
viewer we get or whatever he's doing. Like they can go fly a fucking kite.
There you go. We don't care about the viewers. Here we are. I don't care about the Raptors either. I'm still wearing a T-shirt.
Well, it's the last time that Toronto won anything.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't care about Canada, but I got Canada on my phone.
Yeah, it's like, when's the last time Canada won anything? I got a Clerks movie reference T-shirt, and when was the last time Kevin Smith won anything?
I mean, he survived a heart attack. That's kind of a win.
Well, that's a bit of a win, I guess, but
much like Chris Lezak, Kevin Smith was better when he was fat.
Oh,
that's a Joe Thomas thing. So, what's everybody drinking? Start with Greg. Actually, what are you drinking, Greg?
Well, I found this interesting beer. Funny enough, as much as I was giving hazy shit, this is a hazy, although it's a double dry hopped imperial hazy. It is Haze of the Dead, and it is by Destill Brewery from Normal, Illinois. So it's a U.S. beer, so there's a good chance it'll probably be better than a typical Canadian hazy, but it's imported for Afec Exim Corp. BC, Canada. Brewed and canned by brewed and canned in the U.S., so they don't do that bullshit where it's contract brewed. It actually comes from Illinois, and it's a 2021 bronze from America, the Great American Beer Festival. I can't even fucking see this. I'm not blind looking albino. 2021 bronze, juicy or hazy Imperial India Pale Ale category.
Interesting.
So there we go. So I mean, I don't know. Right off the bat, it's a cool cover. References zombies.
Citra and Simcoe, so you get the citrus and cat piss hops and.
Yep. So, guess we'll open her up and we'll see if it is a proper hazy cat piss experience. Now, I'll say U.S. hazies are usually a lot better than Canadian.
I'm curious and surprised that would actually show up in Ontario with our such restrictive beer laws out in this side of the country.
It actually doesn't appear to be that hazy appearance-wise. Like it looks like it could just be an unfiltered, regular old IPA. But unless it's all the hazes at the bottom of the can.
Yeah, it looks like an Italian Pilsner. Yeah. So speaking of restricted beer laws, Lee, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking from Tatamagouche Brewing. Their barrel-aged Baltic Porter at 8.4% alcohol by volume.
God damn it! I wish NB liquor sucks these days. I wish I could get something like that here.
You can if you just order online. Just put it on.
Is that actually on order through Tatamagouche's website?
Yep.
I'll take a quick look.
And they don't use Canada Post. They use a courier to send it to you. So.
A courier.
Yep.
I'll take a look at that in a setting, but in a second. But in the meantime, I'm here acting like it's the end of the world. So why not? Le fin du monde.
There you go.
Drinking a Unibrew. Where's the share button? Ooh. Oh, that's 10% off. Oh, okay. So you sign up for the newsletter, you get 10% off your first order.
Yep. So go to shop, go to beer.
Free shipping.
If you sign up with a different email each time, you can get 10% off every order.
Well, they got a bunch of non-alcoholic pilsners.
Yeah, they have a whole non-alcoholic line too.
Get 10 bottles of this.
Ooh.
See, their website's the information on their website. They're obviously using it from a previous batch because it's no longer called Two Rivers Baltic Porter. It's this barrel-aged Baltic Porter, and it's a slightly lower alcohol. But.
Okay.
I assume it's not. Oh no! Wait.
Yeah,
Well, that's weird.
Two Rivers Baltic Porter. So that's just the Baltic Porter, and then they have the barrel aged version for $13.
Okay, weird. I did not see that when I was ordering on the website.
Yeah.
That's odd. Okay, never mind. I guess I'm wrong.
Not likely the same beer.
I apologize to Adam Magoosh for saying, "Hey, you fucked up on your website when I reviewed it."
Oh,
I seem confused about the chat. So
shit, we actually...
join us for a second.
Yeah, got PA Brew News and the Alkanauts in the chat. Cheers, my good sirs, from PA Brew News. Alkanaut says, "Sup, guys? Yo, Paul. You guys want to hop on? Go right ahead. We're looking for some people to talk to."
We're expecting there to be full frontal nudity in about 45 minutes, so you got that to look forward to.
Yeah, so that's Muse Flanders Red aged on raspberries. That sounds really good.
Yeah, I haven't had that.
Like which
The alt beer is really good, and
you tried
Solitude. I had that.
Okay.
Their Dust Schwartz beer is amazing. Love it.
And they get a look more of their normals with higher lie.
Yeah, that was all right.
Is this the Nova Scotia brewery?
Yep.
Yeah.
That they ship to New Brunswick, I gather?
Yeah, they ship Canada wide. Their Butcher Block red ale is really good.
Ooh.
Giantess barley wine is also excellent.
And they're entitled
Maybe
to
I'll
Sake
have to-
IPA.
Maybe I'll have to put an order to them.
Nelson's Park is really good.
Free shipping in the remaining province. So, Greg, if you order $150 of beer from Tata Magoosh,
I probably would, because I mean, looking at it, there's probably $150 worth of beer that I'd want to try there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta buy in multiples of 12 cans or 6 bottles. So
You can't buy singles?
Can't buy singles. Well,
Really?
I mean, you can mix and match, right? So you could have 12 different beers.
Oh, okay, that's
okay.
fine. Then I was gonna say, if I have to buy 6 of each one, then fuck that shit. I'm not gonna do that.
Can you buy like 5 bottles and 4 cans or something like that, or does it have to be 6 bottles and 12 cans?
You have to have 6 bottles, 12 cans.
They have specific size boxes that they ship in, so they'll.
Okay.
That's why they want you to buy that amount. So
the shippers for their bottles are longer boxes, and they have the bottles on the side, and they have those plastic like molds.
Oh, okay.
That are bottle shaped. That's how they do it, and it's like three to a row or whatever, kind of thing.
check them out, because I mean, a barley wine, $12. Sure, I'd like to try that. Squirrel One dry hop saison. I hope that saison is low ABV, so nobody gets upset about it.
I can't remember. I don't think it's super low ABV.
Oh,
I could be wrong.
My farm workers are you get drunk and start fucking.
I mean, you click on it, it'll tell you the alcohol.
Wow.
I can't.
There's
Scott. Speaking of shipping through the Maritimes, hi Scott.
I mean, he was still technically in the Maritimes, you dumb fuck.
Well, yeah, but he's shipping within the Maritimes, they said.
Oh, yeah, okay. I guess.
But, yeah, that's a stretch. Yeah, I guess, yeah, but I'm looking at the bottles here. There is a significant amount of... Stupid Discord. There is a significant amount of beers here in bottle form that I would want to order here. Like, here's the Baltic Porter looks good. Definitely the barrel-aged one.
Yep.
Use Flanders and the barrel-aged Imperial. And I think there was that other one or something that was on the other page.
And you want a good maintenance beer, the Decorum is fucking
Barley wine.
top. You get and plus their Decorum, which is their low alcohol beer, their light. It's cheaper than everything else in their lineup too. So
Nice.
So you can get like a 24 pack of that for like pretty much nothing in comparative prices.
All right. So I'll kill that. And welcome aboard, Scott.
Yo.
Yo, you drinking anything
Oh,
today?
look how quick his internet is. We can see him.
Yeah.
I know. I'm not in the trailer anymore. So I just finished off The Local Legend.
From Boggs.
Nice.
It's a blonde ale. It's quite tasty. Proudly brewed in Montague.
Nice.
Prince Edward Island.
Montague.
Now
I think
I'm
that's up
on
by
to
Cavendish or something.
Nope, it's on the eastern part of the province. I was just in Montague today.
Oh, nice.
Now I'm on to an upstreet strawberry rhubarb wit beer, Ruby Social.
Not had that one.
I've had that before.
You said you have?
I have not had that one.
Oh, have not. Okay.
Okay, so it's out close to Surrey or something.
Yes.
No,
it's
Surrey is
near
further
the-
north.
That's right. It's near
Montague.
It's near Surrey, and Surrey's the.
So did you drive? Did you go out there just for a drive, or did you have to do it for work?
For work. So there's a hospital in Montague and a hospital in Surrey. So
Nice.
both those locations.
We got the Alkanauts in the comments saying, can't tonight, just want to pop in and say hello. Yeah, cheers. Maybe another time?
Very good.
Nice.
See, does Upstreet have a fucking shop on their website?
He's probably helping Paul hide the bodies tonight.
Maybe.
Got to make time for that. Oh, I don't know if you can hear Mississauga Drift going on there.
Nice.
It's not as loud as the Tobacco Drift, but it's still there.
Nah, nothing will beat up Tobacco Drift.
The
Shopify
the
store.
local legend does have online shopping. Bogsidebrewing.com.
Bogside Brewing. Okay, let me check that out.
Bogsidebrewing.com/store.
Yeah, I don't think there's a store. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a store for Upstreet, but they do have their beers and maybe liquor there every once in a while.
Yeah, we get quite a bit of their stuff, right? It's just okay. Orders over 50. Oh, geez. Okay, in Prince Edward Island, they deliver island wide. I guess they don't deliver outside the island. That's too bad. Painted Black Stout, Shuckers Select, West Coast IPA, Light Horse Lagered Ale, Proper Pub Ale. That sounds good. Tailgate APA, North Lake Lager. Wow. Okay. Maybe their stuff will leak into the NSLC at some point. They got a non-alcoholic line as well. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it looks like some interesting beers on there.
Yeah.
So I got one of those, and then I got 2 Upstreets, and then I got another one that's a rando. I went into the liquor store and I said, what haven't I tried?
I really hope as soon as you stepped in, you just shouted that. What haven't I tried?
Like, I'm from New Brunswick. I've had more than you have. So, what do you got that's going to impress me? I know
So
where you.
anyways, so this one here, the local legend was a very serviceable wheat beer, blonde ale, like you could definitely drink 6, no problems. Right, clean taste, clean finish, nothing that's offensive. 5%.
Cool. I see they have a charity thing going on with some of their 6-packs where you buy a specific brand from them and they donate to the Humane Society. So that's cool.
Yeah, just too bad they don't ship outside the island.
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling that as they grow in prominence, some of their stuff will probably end up in the NSLC in a couple of years. So that's fine.
Right.
I know there's
Anyway,
another.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say there's another brewery in PEI, Lone Oak.
Lone Oak.
In Borden, where the bridge is.
Yeah. There's another one, Moth something. Anyway, I've been trying
sounds
those
familiar.
brews.
Yeah, you posted a couple of them.
Yeah.
Scott, do you go back to New Brunswick every weekend?
Yep.
So you can totally be shipping Nick PEI beers at all times. Every week, bring Nick a new beer mail.
I could be.
Wouldn't that be nice of you? Such a best friend thing to do.
It would be nice of me if Nick would want to come all the way to Sussex, New Brunswick to pick him up.
I'd have to
You
travel.
You guys could set up some lawn chairs on top of your trailer and watch whatever movie is playing.
There you go.
That is actually true.
Yeah.
Wouldn't I fall through the roof of your trailer, though?
Probably not.
Oh man, so Lone Oak has got their can art is a little foo-foo. Makes me suspicious, but they might be good. They got a Pilsner, so I'd give them a shot.
I think I've had their Hollywood West Coast. I think they have that here in the NB Liquor.
Okay.
Boat Traffic Oatmeal Stout.
Moth Lane Brewing. That's the
Moth Lane Brewing.
Yeah, Moth Lane Brewing.
Right. They do not appear to have a website.
A Facebook page.
Just a Facebook. Yeah.
Page. So the Moth Lane Brewing, their red was very dirty.
Nothing like a dirty red.
Blonde was pretty good.
Yeah, I approve.
Potatoes.
I had one. I had one. Another type in there for Moth Lane. I don't remember. It was
Ablino Reno's in the chat saying he wants to do have a high ABV saison night tomorrow night, next week.
Oh, which is it? Tonight, tomorrow night, or next week?
I don't know.
Ablino Reno, you got to be more specific. I know you have problems seeing.
Okay, his exact words were next week you guys should have a low ABV saison night. There, next week.
So that would be next week. And it's Nick that screwed up. But
Yeah, my stutter. I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't your stutter. You actually got like half the information wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. It's because of me saying it too fast and then correcting myself as I say it.
Which makes it wrong. It's okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
Usually a correction implies an actual correction in what you were saying, but it's fine.
I did correct it just in mid sentence, and I didn't.
We'll let it slide this time.
And the answer wasn't all that clear. So yeah, like there's not really a lot to say except for this one old fella that must be the guy that runs the brewery.
Yeah, it looks like a nano brewery to me at this point.
Yeah, where's this Mickey Allen Shore Road?
Oh.
Wow, looks up maybe up towards
looks like it's
stupid Discord. Oh yeah, so it's up to not Cavendish, but
a little bit
like
past Cavendish.
North Cape, between
Across
North
from
Cape and
Summerside.
Cavendish.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that area up there? Murray Road, Foxley River,
Greenland.
Inverness.
Anyway,
Yeah, like
it's
Summerside's down here, so fuck.
It's pretty good. It's hit or miss on some of their brews, but 2 out of the 3 weren't bad.
There you go.
Right.
I like their logo. Very cool.
The Moth Lane Prophecies.
Their beers look fantastic. Motor Boater, Blonde Ale, Oyster Thief Stout,
Motor
Yeah.
Boater.
Answer Imperial IPA, Oyster. They have an oyster stout that if they actually use real oysters, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, there's too many oyster stouts that are like, yeah, there's no actual oysters in here. We just suggest you drink it with oysters.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that didn't Sober Island actually have oysters in theirs? I seem to remember
Yes.
that one being tasty and briny.
Yes.
I mean, really, anything that calls itself an oyster stout should. Oh yeah, look at. Hold on, I just got the bottom of this beer. I don't know if
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys
there it
can
is.
see. There's the semen. There's even a few chunks in there too.
So Blearino's asking, is Agnes still in Paternovic? He's assuming that she's coming home with a suitcase full of dogs.
No.
She's in an even worse place than Paternovic. She's in Edmonton.
Oh.
Oof.
Yeah. Pray
Close
for
to
her.
Dan.
There's a chance she might come home with a suitcase full of Jamie, though.
Well,
This is actually
if you run a fucking UV light over it, yeah, you know.
there's actually a secret mission to bring Jamie back to Ontario, where he belongs.
Anus case of Jamie Bukaki. Oh.
Jamie Cocky. Wow. That would be like
Albino Reno cream pie.
that'd be like an incredible amount of semen to fill up an entire suitcase. I mean, her suitcase is small, but even then, it's still, that's a lot of bukkake.
Albino Reno, she hasn't called yet. Aw.
Yeah.
Jamie gonna get stood up.
No, she only talks to people that want to live in civilization.
Yeah.
Plus, she doesn't want to make you a sandwich. Actually, funny thing is, Agnes was actually shocked how much, because she's like, I heard Edmonton wasn't that nice. I was actually surprised how much of a shithole it is.
You say how much of a shit show it was?
Well, shithole, yeah. It's like the office of the company she works for. Their office is on the 29th floor of an office building.
And the elevator's broken.
No, it's not. But they have like everything on lockdown. Like once you go up there, like you have to swipe in to go in, which is not that abnormal. But like all the bathrooms are under lock and key as well. And Agnes seemed a little bit much, but yeah, apparently they've had like homeless people try to go up to the 29th floor and like, well, you hope just use the bathroom, but usually it's more than use the bathroom.
Yeah, but
You just have to pop a squat in the corner and let it go if you can't do it, if you don't have a key.
that's pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. It takes you right back to like fucking primary school or whatever. It's like fucking you have to ask for a hall pass to go to the fucking washroom. Right.
Or I was at a pizzeria somewhere, and they had to have a key to open the washroom, but they put the key on a hockey stick, like attached the key to the hockey stick, and I'm not talking just like a little hockey stick. I'm talking full size hockey stick.
Oh yeah,
What?
You know why it
What
is.
the hell? You sort of
Well,
jam the door
I-
closed with a hockey stick.
And then
I
you just put the
remember-
hockey stick in the corner.
Way back in the day when I had dreams of becoming a police officer, I had to do a little volunteer work. So I volunteered at the food bank and and they put me at the front desk, which basically it's like a reception position. You just don't get paid for it. With that, we had issues with everyone stealing toilet paper. So not only did I have to give them the bathroom key, I had to ration them out some toilet paper. So
Did you give them squares
Chris,
or did you give them a roll?
Did you tell them to use both sides?
I was actually supposed to only give them squares, but I just handed them the roll and I said, "Give this back to me when you're done." Because I don't want to be fucking saying like, "All right, what does this feel like? Does this feel like this is going to be a 4 square, an 8 square? You may need like 25 squares for this. You're a big guy. There might be a lot coming out."
You're probably gonna. You don't know if it's gonna be a creamer or not.
When you say a 4 square, I think something totally different. You can't wipe your ass with that.
No.
No, not gonna.
Like, who in their
Who
right
uses
mind
Foursquare anymore?
thought that was a way to divvy up toilet paper? First of all, I don't know about you guys, but like the first junk I rip off the fucking toilet paper roll is like enough to cover my hand, so I'm like, just to make sure. And after you do that initial wipe, then it's like, okay, now I kind of know what I need going forward. But it's like,
yeah, you got to do a scout wipe first. Like you got to see what you're up against, and then you send in reinforcements.
You don't use your finger to do the. Yeah, okay. I get it.
Finger test to make sure that if your finger comes out brown, better wipe it down.
The finger test is at the end. That's what you do to test if you've cleaned yourself well enough or not.
Oh, gross.
no, but
So when I went to
So yeah,
when I went to Cuba on my second or third time, I went to this restaurant and this lady sat outside, and you had to give her a peso, and she would give you a bunch of toilet paper. But if you didn't give her a peso, no toilet paper and none inside.
wow.
gross.
When you came out, you had to give her another peso so you could wash your hands.
Gross.
You know what? I would have just not given her the peso for the toilet paper or to wash my hands. And then when I came back out, I'd be like, "Hi, lady, how are you? Can I touch
She's
your
just
face
sort of
right
wiping
now?"
on her shirt.
Yeah. I guarantee you, she'd give me all the toilet paper.
Also, I want to point out one thing: the irony of Greg's first job being a volunteer position, handing out toilet paper, so people don't steal toilet paper. This guy, who used to steal toilet paper at his workplace all the time.
I don't know what you're
I don't know
talking
what
about.
you're talking about. Yeah,
That's how he learned how to. That's how he learned how to run that grift.
That's right. That's how he knows how the system works.
Yeah.
You know? That's a four square shit. I'll just take the roll.
Don't tell Nick, because I don't want him to know. Oh shit, I don't want him to. I actually paid for that toilet paper, but
Oh, wow.
it's less fun of a story that way.
Yeah.
That's actually the toilet paper that I totally stole.
it is. I still have one left.
Oh, I sent those to you, Nick.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to be good at this point. Like, I don't know, it's going to be crusty.
What the fuck?
We got Scott Bond over here.
Da-da-da-da. Toilet paper is not gonna dry out, get crumbly, and rip apart when you're gonna go to wipe your ass.
I never thought about that. The spiral grooves in a pistol barrel basically just line up with the spiral grooves in the fucking toilet.
Yeah.
What do you think they used?
Yeah. It never occurred to me. You know, I'm not a big James Bond nerd, so I didn't really know.
I was going to say, you can just use toilet paper as a silencer.
I suppose you could do that, depending on the caliber of the gun and how much toilet paper you're using.
There we go. Yeah, trust me, I pretend to be a scientist.
Although, you know, silencers don't work like they work in movies.
Wow.
They just deaden the, honestly, they deaden the sound for like further away. They don't deaden it really when you're like if you shoot a bullet with a silencer, you know, shoot a gun with a silencer in a room, people are gonna fucking hear it.
Wow, way to ruin our James Bond hopes and dreams.
Isn't like using a silent? No, I've never really shot a handgun or something with a silencer before, but it's my understanding that it sounds like slamming a phone book. Like it's got this
loud crack.
Yeah, it's not silent, but it's going to be quieter than a blast.
It's not that. It's not that bullshit.
Oh, like the bullshit. Yeah, the bullshit you get in. So Bleeder Reno says sounds like Agnes's terrible hosts. She's only been downtown in Mumville. Oh. Thursday morning, Greg after stout BA on one night would be a quarter roll at least. What a toilet paper hypocrite.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know.
Use up half the roll on a beer shit.
I've joined Carrie's bidet cult, so my toilet paper use is very minimal nowadays. Like a roll of toilet paper in my bathroom downstairs lasts me probably 2 or 3 weeks.
Holy shit.
Because I literally just use it to wipe my ass.
There you go.
Or sorry, to dry my ass, because everyone uses their toilet paper to wipe their ass, obviously.
Well, I mean, you still wipe your ass. It's not to wipe the shit away, it's to dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
To dry and just do a double check that I did a good enough job. It's like, you know, when I'm drying that thing, that toilet paper should come out white.
To dry and confirm that there's no brown in the asshole.
Yeah,
you could save toilet paper by just using a towel.
Yeah, that's what Carrie does, but to be honest, I'm like, nah, I'll just sacrifice the toilet paper. Yeah, Carrie apparently has a pile of rags beside his toilet, and he just uses a rag. But I'm like, no, I don't want to have to like do extra laundry. I'll just use the toilet paper.
Does he wash this rag?
I would hope so, but I can't confirm.
Yeah, I would think so.
That's still kind of gross.
I'm doubting here.
His ass should be clean.
Yeah, and I mean he's such a devotee to the way of the fucking bidet that maybe, you know,
the way of bidet.
He's so fervent in his beliefs that there's like no possible way my asshole could be dirty. So when I wipe with that rag, nothing's coming out on it, so it's fine.
I mean, wouldn't that be the same as your bath towel, where You're drying your body you're drying your clean body dry with a bath towel. Therefore, you should be able to use it more than once, twice. Maybe up to even a week. Right?
I
'Cause
use my
you're
bath
drying
towel.
your
I
clean
use
body.
my bath towel for a week. There's no
Right.
reason not to.
So, in the same line of thought, if he's drying his asshole, which is clean, for a week,
He thinks it's clean.
well, do you think your body's clean after you step out of the shower?
Yeah, but I can visibly see there's no cakes of shit like.
that's-
He has a
know.
camera bidet.
See, that's the beauty
I don't-
about the toilet paper, though, is that if you've made a mistake and if you've not calculated that you haven't washed your ass properly, that toilet paper, well, into the toilet it goes. We're going to bidet some more, and then we're going to go for another round of toilet paper. With a towel, well, now it's like, well, now I got some shit on a towel I got to wash.
Well, you
Well, you
fold
have
the towel up, ball it up, and throw it inside out, and then wipe it again. But the thing is, every time you check,
I mean,
you're getting more poop on that towel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not so concerned about reusing the towel. I mean, you can do that, sure, but yeah, I just don't really love having poop in my washing machine. I mean, I know
That's another thing that I find is kind of gross. You never know. Is it all going to dissolve in the washing machine?
Sure, but I mean, sometimes you leave streaks in your underwear, and that's where that goes.
Yeah, well,
Right?
Yes.
And here's a.
I
pro
prefer to
tip.
get it right the first time. Pro tip, just the
pro
tip.
Just the tip. Pro tip. That's the tip. When you go away
Jesus,
on a
fuck.
week-long vacation, when you go away on a week-long working session, only bring 3 pairs of underwear because you can turn them inside out.
Where each pair is good for 2 days, and then you fold them inside
Right.
out, wear them again.
Right? Yeah.
That's what I told Agnes. She didn't quite go for that.
No, I can't go for
Although,
that. No can do.
I'll tell you something about Agnes. That you can. I've made fun of her for it. Her work colleagues have made fun of her for it. Now you can all make fun of her for it. Agnes, first of all, for a 4-day trip, it literally took her 2 days to pack. Okay. She planned out every single outfit. She separated them into bags, and then she labeled each bag as to which outfit it was. So she has her Tuesday outfit, her Wednesday outfit, her Thursday outfit.
So she's
I'm
crazy.
like, I, a little bit. I mean, she's married to me, so I mean that automatically.
And you're
But I'm just like,
and you're her asshole husband making fun of her autistic traits.
she's not autistic, Nick.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, she's just crazy.
She might be
But I
just
mean-
great.
Yeah, for me though, when I packed for this week, it's a 5-day venture every 5 days. I pack like 2 shorts, 1 swim trunks, 5 socks, 5 underwear, 5 shirts, 1 pair of jeans, and 1 pair of slacks.
So you go home long enough to do laundry and then come back?
Yeah. Anyway, so I could wear jeans 2 or 3 times, or I could wear my slacks 2 or 3 times, depending on what the deal is.
Yeah,
Wear
jeans
my
are
shorts
okay to
2 or 3
rewear.
times. Yeah. But
I mean, if I'm going somewhere for 5 days on vacation and I don't need to dress up or anything. I mean, I got 5 pairs of shorts, 5 t-shirts. I'll probably actually bring maybe 6 t-shirts, have an extra. Usually I like to bring extra underwear in case of any disasters. So maybe I'll bring 6 or 7 pairs of underwear, 6 or 7 pairs of socks, and that's pretty much packed. Toothbrush, deodorant, and what else?
So
Phone
when
charger.
I went down south, every time I had used my timeshare, we always had laundry facilities in the timeshare. So I would
Right.
only bring down, if I was going for 2 weeks, I'd only bring down like 4 of everything, and then do laundry while I'm there. Right? So you can really pack light. You don't have to pack a big giant bag. You're going down south where it's warm, so you need 1 long pants and 3 shirts, or and 3 shorts, and then you just mix and match. But for here, where I'm going to be coming back to this place at least, for the foreseeable future, I will actually leave my clothes here and wash them on site, right, and not have to pull bags of stuff with me.
Do you have laundry facilities where you are?
Yeah, in the basement. I think it's like loonies or toonies or whatever to get it.
Okay.
So
That's a lot.
I gotta figure that out. But when I go back home, I'm not packing all my clothes up again. I'm just going to bring back an empty suitcase, fill up with more, work clothes, and bring that in. Just because I'm working here and I have limited space in the trailer, so yeah, we'll see how this PEI experience goes.
So speaking of laundry and re-wearing your underwear, I'm gonna don the do right now.
Oh. Did you get that from the variety pack?
Yep, I went out and bought another one because I thought we were gonna do a couple of beers from the pack for a BA 101, and then lo and behold, that pack disappeared from Ontario. So the Ontario folk could not get, and besides, like half the Ontario population that normally peruses our beer tube thing is vacant right now, like Carrie and Lee and Lately is.
Right.
I'm not saying we will never do a BA 101 again, but it's just like, might as well just do hangouts for the time being. I'm enjoying doing these anyway, so it's just like old times.
I'd like to see us do a Pride hangout, like specifically buy a Pride beer.
Probably
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I figured that. Yeah, I think I floated the idea once as like, BA 101 like once a month, and the rest is just like hangouts and bring your own beers and shit like that kind of.
Yeah.
Thing. So,
And talk about your own beers, right? You want to share what you have with the rest of everybody else, so they can go and try it. Right?
Yeah, like it's getting harder unless things change drastically. It's getting really a lot harder to do these BA 101s, like to organize them, because it's getting so hard to find the same beer anymore. Like, we could just do macros all the time, but like that's not as interesting as doing a craft beer. I mean, heck, this isn't really craft beer anymore, although it's delicious beer. It's owned by Sleeman or Sapporo.
And let's face it, most of us are incredibly highly unreliable when it comes to attending something that doesn't really fucking matter all that much in the grand scheme of things. So it's we're always like last minute. Oh, by the way, what beer for tonight? I might make it. Or
like usually it's Greg that doesn't prepare enough, but he'll at least buy the beer like a day or two in advance. Me, I go like I want to make sure it's bought by the weekend before or something. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
I think we have the A team here in BA 101ness.
Oh yeah, all those other guys.
Oh yeah.
Suck.
Yeah.
They're terrible. Like fucking Carrie, what a piece of shit. Fuck Guy. Fuck Ashley Sexton. I'm glad he's gone. He knows well enough not to show his fucking face anymore. That potato seeding little bastard. And
like Jamie, who never shows his face.
Jamie, what a piece of garbage, man! I tell you, I'm glad he's on the fucking West Coast right now, because fuck that guy.
And that Dan, he's always too busy with his fucking wife to hang out, get the right beer.
And then he
bitches and moans all the time.
Dan just have to do what I do and find a job out of province and go there for 5 days.
There you go.
It would change.
I don't have anyone yanging at me.
It would change his life. He wouldn't have anyone making him do stuff that he doesn't want to do. He pretends he likes it, but we're having a family night, we're having family dinner. It's like, deep down, it kills him. It's like it's taken years off his life. He's just like every fucking family dinner or every fucking movie night with the family or whatever the fuck. It's just like daggers in his heart. It's just like blocking up arteries. It's just like he's going down. He's going down hard. It's terrible.
Terrible.
Should be lonely like me. And just have nobody in his
lonely,
life.
bitter fucking maritimer.
Yeah. Great form.
Lonely, bitter maritimer.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. I'm lonely. I'm bitter. And I'm a maritime.
Welcome to the club. The only one that...
See, Scott has it figured out.
Hey, fuck you. I'm bitter. I guess I'm maybe not as bitter. Definitely lonely.
But you are lonely and you are a maritime.
You're definitely super annoying. And,
that's not quite bitter.
That.
Yeah, I'm more like the hazy fucking maritimer because I'm not as bitter. Just annoying.
Very, very annoying. Yes, that would be it.
So you're the West Coast. Wait, no, you're East Coast, West Coast style. Bitter fucking maritimer.
Who's more West, you or me, Nick?
Well, you're more East Coast. I'm just saying West Coast IPAs are kind of like a piney, more piney, like, with a cleaner backbone, almost like not like lager body, but like very
more malt, more like big ass resinous dank hops.
Yeah, like more big giant pine forward hops, but I feel like East Coast, like traditional East Coast, were always like big balanced malt and
yeah, that was before New England became like
that's before like Vermont and we had Vermont style, like even before New England style IPAs, we had Vermont style IPAs as we call them now that were being called New England. So like the likes of like Alchemist Heady Topper, which had it was a nice sessionable but very juicy IPA, but it didn't have the hazy appearance and what do they call it, the low alpha acid, or is it the other one, the beta acid? That's there's the two acids in the hops, and the way they brew it with dry hopping versus into the boil brings out the acids in a different way, so that you can make all these big giant juicy hazy IPAs by dry hopping, because the alpha acid, or which one, the one acid that's not bitter but flavorful, it comes out more, but the bitterness isn't there. So it's one of the two. I'm not a brewer like Ashley Sexton is, but it's something along those lines.
I think it's the alpha. I think it's the alpha acid you're thinking of.
Yeah.
So I seem to recall the propeller, or not propeller, Sea Level. Back in the day, had the Alpha Dog.
That was a collaboration between Propeller and
That's right.
Sea Level. I think I have a review of that. A long ass time ago, but
yeah.
Nick, you are more west than me by 2 degrees of
ooh.
There you go. Yeah, Sea Level's been under new ownership now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. So on my channel, review number 249, Propeller and Sea Level Alpha Dog collaboration ale.
Best part about hazy IPAs is they're for people that can't handle a regular IPA.
I think.
Did you buy that, or did I send it to you?
Doesn't mention. I don't know. Doesn't you don't have any comment on that video? I think maybe Heist Almighty brought me a bottle.
Okay.
Ooh.
Was that in the NSLC ever? Because I thought I got mine from like.
I think it was because of the Propeller affiliation. I think it might have been. Because I don't remember buying it at the Sea Level Brewing. But I might be wrong. Far too long ago. Can't remember.
Oh yeah, it was like we're talking 2012.
Look at that. Poop at the bottom of my glass.
Ooh, you look like bird shit at the bottom of your glass there.
Looks like it. Might be. We don't know.
Giving a nice fresh taste as well as a very.
Who is that guy?
That's not me, is it? Holy fuck, I look young there. This is me 12 years ago, reviewing beers.
You got black hair.
Hey, Scott, you recognize the apartment?
I know. I recognize the apartment. It's not where you live now.
No.
You look like Julian from Trailer Park Boys.
He does.
Oh,
Like
Nicky and
He does.
You know what?
Boys.
I've actually had people like intentionally bump into me in the crowd because they thought I was Julian. It's like, oh, I thought you were somebody else. Like, fuck off, dick.
Well, not anymore. I mean, your gray hair kind of.
Yeah, no, not anymore. Unless I dyed it like my ex-girlfriend wanted to, or not my ex-girlfriend. Like the last girl I dated for like 2 months.
How would they think you're Julian? You're like 5 feet shorter. I could see it if they saw you on video, but
5 feet shorter. Jesus.
Well, what's his name? John Paul Tremblay or something like?
Yeah. That makes Nick 1 inch, and we know Nick's not 1 inch.
We know where that 1 inch comes from.
You know what's sad?
I've always known Nick is taller lying down than he is standing up.
For the people watching, when I made that 5 foot shorter comment, what I employed there was a thing called hyperbole for dramatic effect.
Oh, I see what
Oh,
you did
really?
there.
Never heard of
I
that.
thought
He's,
you were being literal and you had actually done the math on the height difference.
He's 6'1". Holy fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
so only
Jesus,
he
there
is
is a
5
height difference.
So he is 5 feet taller.
Holy fuck. 5 feet tall, yeah. I'm 6 apples tall. I'm not as short as Lady Lee. I'm about
No.
roughly, I think I'm roughly the same height as Guy is.
See, Lady Lee's got 1 foot in the midget world and 1 foot in the regular person world.
I think
Not that midgets aren't regular people.
That's
just,
right.
Yeah.
I think the word for it.
ableist.
I think the word for
Being in the same room with her and Carrie is an experience.
I think the word for my height is homunculus.
Well, no, a homunculus can be any size.
Oh, okay.
Huge mumpulus?
Homunculus. The only unique trait of a homunculus is that it's a living being created totally by some sort of magical or what's the fucking term?
Alchemy?
It used to be alchemy. Yes, magic or alchemy. And I mean alchemy is basically just bullshit magic.
Oh, it's like those things where some people like created fully functional human beings, but they're in jars, kind of thing. Like,
yeah, Bride of Frankenstein. The movie Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah,
Dr. Pretorius has a whole like little collection of little people that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched all the. I watched Frankenstein, Son of Frankenstein, and Bride of Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
Back when I did that
Bride's
huge.
the best.
Yeah, Bride's pretty good. It's been a while since I've seen
Bride
it.
was good. Yeah, I think I liked it better than the Son.
I don't think I've seen Sun. I did watch Godzilla -1, and that was pretty decent.
You liked it, yeah.
I heard it was good.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it's one of those movies that everyone hyped it up for me, so I mean, I didn't think it was as good as the hype made it out to be, but it was good, and I liked the special effects because they were like this weird mix of like very traditional, like I'm talking like there were some parts that you probably could have just been a colorized version of like the 50s movies, and then it's like then it had like some like modern CG, so it was like it's interesting special effects.
The way they animated Godzilla in that was to make him look kind of like the rubber-suited monster version of Godzilla, like in the way he moved and stuff.
Yeah, well, and I happened to watch the day before I watched Kong X Zilla or whatever the fucking new one is, and yeah, that movie was not great. It was really basically the exact same as the third movie, and yeah, that's very different animations, very different.
But is it almost like they had a budget for CGI and they blew it in like 5 or 6 shots and they're like, fuck it.
Kind of. I mean, that movie was made for like I think the equivalent of like $15 million or something like that. Like super fucking cheap for a movie like that these days.
You know what though? I felt the quality of it, like the special effects, was more or less equal throughout the movie. It's not like there's like 1 or 2 big scenes or anything like that. It was just kind of like more or less throughout. And they used a lot of things. They used practical effects. They used models. They used what's it fucking called when they have the moving screen in the background or whatever for driving.
Rear projection.
Rear projection. They use that. They do use some CG, but I actually don't think they use that much CG.
If anything, I think they used mostly like yes, there was some CG action scenes and stuff like that, but I think it was the sort of the same cases with like Mad Max Fury Road, where the CG is usually used to like hide the seams and like just kind of put a little shine,
add
overall product.
Add little extra trinkets or something like that bit where the skull on the steering wheel is flying towards you as the truck goes. Most of that shit was real, except for that little CGI bit, just to cover up some seams, like you said in Fury Road. Fury Road though is really fucking well done though.
I have a movie idea, and I'm thinking Lee can help me out here.
What's that?
I want to make a movie which is expensive up front, CGI, great actors, good costumes, good makeup, but as the movie goes on, everything gets shittier.
So it's like
Sharknado.
I've seen movies like that. I can't name one off the top of my head, but I have seen movies where they blow most of their budget like right off the bat with like a big opening, and then the rest of it's like nothing. Like it's just a bunch of people talking in a room, or you know,
Right, but no, I want it to actually look shittier as
it goes. I've seen that too.
Where,
I've seen movies
where
where
they have great computer animation at the beginning, and then at the end, it's like a model and someone just goes.
Well, I mean, I actually on one of the movie nights, perfect example. I showed you guys The Uninvited, the one with the mutant cat on the boat.
Cat, yeah.
Movie. You see the exact moment where the budget ran out in that film when you see that fucking cat puppet, and then at the end shot there with the boat, it's obviously a fucking toy boat in a bathtub that they explode. And yeah,
that's actually a very good example.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That was because I mean, like halfway through the movie, you're watching like these mutant things or something. Mm-hmm. Or am I thinking of the other movie where
it's a mutant cat within a cat?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get another beer. I'll be right back.
You do that.
You do that, Mr. Scott.
Unless I'm thinking of the wrong one. The one where it had like a whole bunch of animals in cages or something on the boat. I think there was more than one boat movie that we watched.
Was that a Nicolas Cage movie?
No, it was one of the ones we watched. I'm trying to remember which one it was. But it took place on a boat.
Oh.
I know I got it written down. I've been writing down everything that I've been watching.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Plankton.
I don't recognize the name.
Also called Creatures from the Abyss.
That's the one. Okay, Creatures from the Abyss.
The Italian one, yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be it. Okay, I'm getting too mixed up in my head. I remember the cat though, like the weird. That was a fucking weird movie.
Oh yeah,
like that's sort of like this alien cat kind of thing where this cat comes out of its mouth and. So stupid. Like I get it that it's a cult classic, but I just thought it was dumb.
Yeah, no, it's dumb as fuck, but it's super entertaining.
Yeah. But it's
especially because George Kennedy's in it, and he takes it super serious. Like I'm gonna play this super straight. I don't give a fuck, and it works.
Doesn't George Kennedy take everything? Like even in Lethal Gun, he was like a straight laced guy.
Yeah, I think so.
Lethal Weapon, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, not Lethal Weapon, a Naked Gun.
Naked Gun, yeah. Yeah, I got it wrong too.
Ooh,
so I've had that.
That one's tasty. From Gahan.
Yeah. I may have had that before.
Speaking of movies, like my boss coworker gave me a couple of movies last weekend, and I ended up watching them. I watched The One-Armed Boxer, which is the prequel to Master of the Flying Guillotine.
Yep.
And now I want to watch Master of the Flying Guillotine again because it'll make more sense. There's actually a lot of stuff from Master that's carry over from One-Armed Boxer.
Was it really a movie? Was it really a movie that you need to see the whole series to understand it though?
No, but I mean, none of them are. But it's kind of neat where you think you're watch this movie and you watch the protagonist get through. And he's got this freakishly strong one arm for this Chinese boxing martial arts style he's got. And there's one scene in One-Armed Boxer where they first reveal that he's got this massively strong arm and he gets into a fight and he just decks this one guy off the top floor of a building out through the window, and they're not even by the windows, they're in the middle of the room, knocks him out of the windows right onto the street. I'm just whack, sucker punch. I fucking laughed my ass off on that because it was
Did they overlay finish him?
They could have. He was already finished though. And the other one I watched was the 8 Diagram Pole Fighter, which was it was a pretty good movie. It was also this guy that he gets defeated in a battle with all of his brothers die, and then he wants to become a monk, but he's clearly got some attitude adjustment problems that he'll never be able to calm down from, kind of shit. So it's almost like a kung fu movie that showcases PTSD kind of shit.
Greg, it got really dark at your location really fast.
Yeah, because see that behind me? That's a thunderstorm on its way to get me. That's here. If we pop in our good old weather radar as soon as it decides to connect. All right. Well, it's being an asshole. But
So, I mean,
anyway,
like,
you,
it
you
got
can
really dark
see.
really fast.
You can see. Hold on.
The
My
radar
arms don't
map.
work that way.
Radar? It's fucking radar!
See,
Wow,
that's
that's a wall.
That's
coming,
wow.
and that's Greg sitting there. So I don't think I can be out here that much longer. But yes, it is getting dark very quickly. But I'm not hearing any thunder. I'm not seeing any lightning. So we're okay for now. But yeah, in the next well, before 10 o'clock my time, it's probably gonna rain shit down.
We're gonna start storming here.
So you know what's funny, Nick?
What?
The weather in Sussex, New Brunswick is reliably 4 to 5 degrees warmer and sunnier than it is in PEI.
Really? Like, I would
Yeah.
expect it to be warmer in BEI.
No. Every time I look, I'm like, oh, it's kind of shitty out. It's not like, it's like,
Because
you know,
aren't
16
you like
degrees and overcast.
in Charlottetown? Aren't you like the same degrees north or something like that as here?
No, it's 1 degree more north,
Yeah, but it's like
2 degrees more west.
okay, so but still, it's still south of Fredericton,
Yeah.
which usually Fredericton's warmer than here anyway. But yeah, inland New Brunswick gets kind of hot. Like like it might be the water. Like you're living so close to the Northumberland Strait, which is connected to the Gulf of St. Lawrence, so it's probably got some polar Arctic water coming down.
But yeah, so it's really weird because it's like I was like looking outside. I'm like, it's okay today. You know, it's kind of overcast. Anyway, I looked at my wife's pictures from the camper trailer, and it's like beautiful, sunny, 22 degrees. I'm like, fuck, what am I doing here?
Working?
Making money.
Yeah. Holy
Doing what
shit.
you're doing, what you gotta do.
I'm looking at the weather forecast, and like from Thursday onward to Tuesday next week, it's rain, chances, showers, cloudy. Fuck.
Now look at Sussex.
Yeah, I'm looking at I don't know why I'm looking at Fredericton.
I'm gonna go walk the dogs before the storm. I'll be back in 10 minutes or so.
Let's see when you get back. Sussex, warmer, but yeah, same weather conditions.
Right.
What's it here? In Quispam, this is. Dan's in the chat saying, I think Greg needs to stop watching movie sequel after the second one. He always gets disappointed after the second one. I think this is this a comment? I thought Dan was the one talking in the chat earlier about how bad like any of the Halloween movies were after the second one.
Maybe
was
Dan
actually-
should stop. Maybe Dan should stop fanboying over derivative shit like another fucking Aliens
Oh,
movie.
Alien Romulus. I haven't even watched. Yeah, probably. I haven't even watched like Prometheus or Covenant yet.
Don't. They're both bad. Bad
Yeah.
movies.
Lee, did you get another beer?
I did. I now
you
have I have now from Stillwell Brewing in Halifax. Their best bidder.
Oh, yeah. I think you
Which
had
is
that.
very, very good.
You had that last week.
Yeah.
Nice.
PEI has some different brews, and it's going to be interesting for the next couple of weeks where I'm going to try a few and see where it comes. See where
Oh,
it
yeah,
goes.
it's part of the adventure. So, do you have a timetable when the rest of your family's going to PEI, or
Before school starts.
so September?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll see how this job goes.
Yeah, see how the job goes. I was thinking, like how much room do you got there where you're at?
Oh, I'm renting a student room from right across from the University of Prince Edward Island. So there's like 2 other people here in the apartment that I don't know, but both of them are computer science folks.
There you go. So you got people have a LAN party.
So, LAN party. Oh, jeez.
Break it at the Unreal tournament.
Yeah. But anyway, so the kids are great. The guys are good. So
Nice.
No worries here. The other place I was at was a frat house, and that was just not good. This place actually has a desk and a lamp and a real bed that's off the floor.
And a fridge where they won't steal your beer.
So first he was
And
with the jocks who would threaten to steal his beer. Now he's with the nerds who aren't going to steal his beer. And now they're going to raid the girls' sorority house, 1980s style.
I wish.
Steal their panties.
The only thing you're going to raid...
Hopefully a little less rape.
The only thing they're going to raid is your D&D campaign.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Actually, no. These guys are both porn students.
Porn students?
Porn.
Yeah, I heard porn students too. Like,
porn students. Dig out the ears here.
Exactly.
Anyway, no, they're good guys. One works at Tim Hortons part time. Yeah. No, they're good guys.
Poor
they make some really good. They make some really good food too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like some jerk chicken and rice.
Were they from like Caribbean or something, or?
African.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, good guys. Good problem. No problems.
Caribbean thing.
No, they do. They do. I don't know if it's jerk chicken, but it was very flavorful chicken. So, but I don't know anybody here in Charlottetown. So one of the things that I did was I signed up to the gym, and I go to the gym twice a day.
Nice.
And I hired a personal trainer to show me some stuff. But I got some bad rotator cuffs from wrestling.
Yeah.
So in the mornings I'll go in and stretch them.
Get a bad one in my arm here.
Yeah, bad. Yeah.
It's like right here in the top, right?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Well, two different rotator cuffs have two different problems. I got a problem right here on this one, and a problem on the back in this one. For different reasons, right? Anyway, so
getting
he's
slammed around and not in a fun way.
Yes, this one here was from actually a professional wrestling injury. I got F5'd and I landed on this shoulder instead of on my back. Anyway, so he's working with me to get those out. He said he's not going to put any weight on them right now. It's just functionality training. But today he said, "All right, we're not doing your shoulders or your back. We're working legs." I'm like, "You mother trucker!" He worked those fucking legs to death.
Did 5,000 Hindu squats?
What?
That was
Say that again. You kind of broke up.
5,000 Hindu squats. That used to be an old professional wrestler training regime. It's like, you do squats, right? Like that's a typical exercise that a lot of wrestlers do, so they can have good leg strength. Apparently, Hindu squats are like some variation on that. Like a lot of old school pro wrestlers from the who came in like the 60s and 70s like swear by it. It's like, yeah, every day 5,000 Hindu squats in the morning or whatever before I do anything else.
What the hell is a Hindu squat other than a racist sounding reference?
It's very racist sounding.
So in my professional wrestling training, what they did was you needed to do 50 squats, 50 push-ups, and 50 sit-ups. And so they would have 3 people in the ring at one time, and you'd go to a corner and you'd do 10 push-ups or 10 sit-ups or 10 squats. Then you move to the next corner and you do either 10 sit-ups, push-ups, or squats, and the next corner 10 push-ups, sit-ups, or squats. Each corner had a thing, and then the final quarter was the rest corner. So you got to rest and wait until the last person finished their whatever 10 push-ups, sit-ups, or squats. So you would try to get the whatever if the first corner was sit-ups, you try to get 10 sit-ups done as quick as possible, because then you'd rest until the last person finished their bit. And then you'd then move, and it all depended on the last person to do it. But you'd do 5 rounds of that, and then you get 50, 50, 50, and that was your warm up.
I remember now what Hindu squats are, what the difference is from regular squats. So, with regular squats, you're still You do the squat, but you're still flat-footed, right?
Yeah.
Hindu squats, you end it by finishing the movement by standing up on your toes. So,
Oh, okay.
Oof.
yeah.
That would suck because the squat actually activates your leg muscles, both both the big and the quad and the what's the small one there below your knee?
Have calf muscles.
Calf, yeah. And then you have to do your tippy toes, which activates your calf even more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, so my trainer got me to do 50 squats, various leg positions, like some with the legs close together, some with the legs far apart, and he got me to do like a whole bunch of other things. And I'm the type of person that if you tell me I can't do something, I'll do it even better or more or whatever, right?
Mm.
So exactly when my mom said, "Oh, you can't buy a house," I went and bought a fucking house. Or if they said, "Oh, you can't finish university," I'm like, "Fuck you, I'll finish university," right?
Yeah.
So when he says, "You do 30 and then do 10 sets, do 10 3 times, cool, and then you're done." I'm like, "Okay, so do 10, fine. Do 10, fine. Then do 12," and I say, "Fuck you."
Fuck you, man.
So he's like, "You're my only client that I don't have to self motivate. I don't have to motivate. You're actually motivating yourself, and the idea is, I set a limit for you, and then you break it, and then he's like, fuck, that's fine, right?"
Yeah.
So at the end of the night, he says, "Okay, you're done." I said, "All right, fine, 10 more." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm doing 10 more," and I do 10 more, and I said, "I win." He's like, "You win."
Albino Reno says, "I blame Moosehead. Scott's sitting around all day jerking his gherkin, and he blew his rotator cuff." He says, "Thanks for nothing, Moosehead." And then he says, "Scott, you can't put a finger in Greg's butt." Self-motivation. All right.
Self-motivation. On that
All
note,
right.
I'm grabbing another beer.
Yeah.
I'm sticking a finger in my butt.
If I didn't know who Albino Reno was,
Yeah.
I would say he's a dirty motherfucker.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd still say he's probably a dirty motherfucker. Guy looks a little... I might isolate it and put it on my own soundboard, for fuck's sake.
Stupid Discord. Alright, hold on. Fucking Discord.
Fucking Discord.
Fucking Discord. Ugh.
Discord didn't make you bump into your chair awkwardly.
No, my wandered too far away from my computer, and Discord, like the sound, like the connection was intermittent to my headset, so Discord said, "Oh, you want to connect a new device?" Which, in turn, fucks up sound on the live stream.
Wow.
So right now, all they see is a whole bunch of talking heads, and no.
No, they would just go, like, have this pop up, "Would you like to change your sound device?" And would just go silent.
So why does mine
Until
not
I get
do that
back.
when I walk? Why does mine not do that when I walk to the other end of the house?
I forget, like, which headset. That was the one that Guy gave you, isn't it?
No, the one that Guy gave me has been retired.
I don't know what headset you have now. This is like
It is
Go ahead.
it's a black web Bluetooth.
Black Web Bluetooth. Okay,
Yeah.
I got the what is it? Like the genuine Microsoft Xbox one,
Okay.
and I don't know. I just feel like the signal quality isn't as good as it was when I first got it. Like
Probably
it used to work.
driver
Great.
issue. Maybe
The
it's
one
a
on the-
driver issue.
Maybe. The,
Like it
I had to-
the driver and the
Well, a while back, my Bluetooth wasn't working right. I had to mess around with upgrading the driver, so maybe the new driver's doesn't work as good.
Yeah,
like I can with this one, I can actually like sometimes depending on the night I'm using it, I can literally like walk outside at night and take a piss around the corner of the house and still hear the fucking chat going. So
Nice. Yeah, and I like this, with this here, I can't even wander into the fucking bathroom with it. I would have the cut out.
and your bathroom's like the next room over.
Yeah. Like all I did was go to the fridge to grab another beer, which is a Modit
Another
Unibrow.
Unibrow.
Lena Rita says just as Lee started talking trash about me, it cut out.
There
I
you go.
guess just too hot for fucking YouTube, where I ran you down like the piece
Dog.
of human,
Like the
leg you
like the
are,
Arctic dog you are.
you dirty pile of horse cum.
Oh,
Jesus
hi, Greg.
Christ.
Hello, everyone.
We were just saying
Okay.
dirty pile of horse come and you show up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's you say that 3 times and I show up.
You say horse come 3 times quickly and Greg shows up.
I literally just said that, Nick. But thank you.
Oh look, pineapple tits.
So it's a hop water, but this is a ginger pineapple, and then I think they throw some sort of hot pepper in it.
Oh, yeah.
They don't actually stay on the ingredients list. This special edition collaboration with Ginger Go hot sauce features spicy ginger and tropical pineapple flavors alongside crisp and refreshing hops. So I didn't buy too many of these because I wasn't sure if I'd like it, but
So they probably just loaded up on the ginger, not a hot pepper.
yeah, I thought I read on the website that there was some hot sauce or something in this, but
I
I'm actually disappointed because I love ginger.
Pineapple, a pineapple ginger hot sauce is a possibility.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess we'll find out because if this tastes like ginger, I'll be disappointed because I love ginger.
Careful, if you say hot ginger too many times, quickly Carrie will show up.
Wow.
Oh, you said no. That's not hot ginger.
No, that's just annoying ginger.
An orange.
You don't like it?
I mean-
Gary, do something about it. Show up for once, you fucking bitch. Stop playing your
Emma-
medieval game.
Isn't Emma Watson still a ginger?
Is she?
This is a carpet
she?
match.
I don't
Emma
know.
Watson?
Yeah, Nick needs to see her vagina to make sure.
I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever seen her with red hair.
I'm
Is it
actually
Harry
disappointed.
Potter?
I'm disappointed I didn't buy more. This is actually fucking delicious.
Brown.
It's very light on ginger flavor, but it's quite tasty.
Fine, Emma Stone.
Emma Stone, but I don't know. If she's,
Ooh,
I
Emma
don't know
Stone.
if she's a real. I don't know if she's a real redhead. I've seen speculation online. I suspect she is, but who knows? You never really know.
Becky Lynch.
Well, Lee
That's
Russell needs to see her vagina now.
Allison Hannigan, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Alice Hannigan.
The American
yeah.
Pie girl.
Yeah.
I always found her to be very hot. Like I always thought she was
Yeah.
a lot hotter than Shannon Elizabeth in that movie.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, in the movie American Pie, she looked a little, like, kind of young, but as she got a little older, goddamn. Like,
She's
her-
older than all of us.
Yeah,
You know that,
yeah,
right?
but I mean, when Allison Hannigan was in, like, How I Met Your Mother, goddamn.
Well, she was supposed to. I guarantee you, she wasn't underage, but like she was.
Yeah, well, yeah,
playing a
yeah.
high school student in that movie, like as was every other actor in that movie. And none of them were
Well, yeah, they're all
underage.
playing high school students, but they're all really in their early 20s.
I mean, with Hannigan, it worked because well, they weren't even all in their early 20s. Shannon Elizabeth was like pushing 30. And then,
Was she really?
first-
How
Oh, yeah,
old is
she's-
Shannon Elizabeth?
She's in her 50s.
Shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nick, as much as you're 44 now, you look like you're 64. But where I'm 43, I look like I'm 33. Wait till I shave, and then I look like I'm 23.
There we go.
I have a baby.
Hey, you also have a baby. I have the premature gray going on. I just sort of decided to rock the silver fox look.
Hey Nick, it's
I
not
want-
premature at this point.
Oh,
Fuck you, Greg.
I mean, really, that should have been more of a fuck you, Scott, but sure,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Sure.
It's just what we say around here.
I got gray in here. I got some gray, like in the corners of my beard.
Yeah, you're only a couple months behind me there, Scott.
Months.
Yeah, I got some gray coming in here. If I let this grow out, I get like the gray Wolverine sideburns.
Oh, the mutton chops kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Nick,
Yeah, wow.
it's not.
It's Shannon
not premature
Elizabeth.
over there, brother.
Shannon Elizabeth is
Not pretty
50 this year.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, Nick doesn't have to feel as bad about jacking off to a high school student as he once did.
Oh, I never felt bad for jacking off to her tits in an American Pie. I just...
Greg, here's the problem. I get older, but the high school students, they stay the same age, brother.
Exactly.
Oh my god, it's so fucking creepy
Yes,
to
they
fucking
do.
say. Like the...
Well, I mean, most people, they mistake Wooderson in Dazed and Confused as like the cool character in that film. He is actually the sad motherfucker in that character in that film because he's the older guy who failed in life, who can only get glory by hanging out with the younger kids who look up to him.
Was that Stifler?
There we go. That's Nick's life goals.
Yeah, right.
Wooderson in Dazed and Confused.
Hang out with the girls at Quiz Pamps is high.
Right. Alblina Reno, Greg's ginger drink gonna start fizzing over everyone talking. Best Nerd Crush hotties, Allison Hannigan and
Well played.
Jewel
Joel
State.
State. Yeah.
Is
she
that
was,
is that the singer? Jewel State.
No. I think he's talking about the chick who is in Stargate Atlantis, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Nice. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, okay. I think I know
Yeah.
her. She's cute.
She's super hot.
I heard on the radio, for some reason, I was listening to CBC because there's no other good radio stations here in Prince Edward Island. I heard that there's a conspiracy theory that what is that punk rocker's name?
Oh yeah,
Canadian Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
Avril Lavigne.
She hasn't aged.
Has been replaced by a doppelganger.
I mean, she pretended to be an alternative punk rock girl anyway, because she started out like a country western singer.
Right, but then, after a few years on the scene, her looks had changed dramatically enough for someone to say, you know what, that might not be the same person.
Yeah, you know who start those rumors? Those obsessive fucking incels who do nothing but drool over females that they can't touch all day and all night on the internet.
Nick,
Those
what's
are
that
the-
like?
What? Fuck you.
No, I would
Okay,
never
going
call my
back
Nick
to
an incel. That's fucking
Jewel State, or however you pronounce it. Yeah, she was the chick off of Firefly. Like, she was the engineer chick
Yes.
on Everything's Shiny, Captain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I
Yeah, she
remember
was cute in that TV series.
Yeah, I remember her best from Stargate Atlantis.
Yeah, I never really watched. She's 2 years younger than us, than me and Scott. I didn't realize
she's
she was that
42.
young. She's 42 now. She's still cute, but in Firefly, she was like,
She's still cute. Like 42 would be like too far over the edge most of the
Glad-
time.
she's
Glad
not.
still fuckable
She's
to
still
you.
in that fuckable stage. Yeah, right.
Yeah, great.
I wonder if it's 25 days older than me. And
Apologies for
still fuckable.
speaking incel.
Great transition there, Nick.
Yeah. Man,
We're just trying to defend Nick that he's not an incel, and then he says something so incel.
I don't care if Anderson Hannigan is a gilf in like Appalachia terms. I'd still fuck her.
Is Allison Hannigan a grandmother?
I don't know. I don't think
I
so.
don't think
But she
I
is
mean,
she is like pushing 50 if she's not 50 at this point.
Oh yeah, I'm looking it up.
No,
She is. She just
No,
turned
but-
50.
There you go.
Oh, is she like the
She
fuck?
got- yeah, she's still
and,
cute.
Penn and Teller fool us.
Can it tell her bullshit?
No, fool us. They have a new
Fool Us?
show.
Oh,
called
okay.
Fool
Oh, yeah.
Us. She got replaced. She was the host, and it just replaced her for a girl with taller and bigger tits.
Yeah, Shannon Elizabeth.
Shannon Elizabeth.
I mean, she would fit the bill.
I didn't realize
I
that. Wow. Sorry.
I saw Penn and Teller's show when I went to Vegas once. Remarkably, my wife, she is the worst keeper of secrets. She can't keep a secret. I was in Vegas for a conference, and she says, "I got us tickets to the show." I said, "Oh, really? I mean, fine." She's like, "No, I went down for tickets tonight and got the tickets for like, 70% off." I'm like, "Okay, good."
That's
So
not bad.
I didn't know the show, and I'm like, "Oh," and I'm like, it's cheap tickets. Okay, fine, cool. So we get on the bus and we're going, and we turn off the trip. And we go down, and I see the Rio. And I knew Penn and Teller played the Rio. And I look at my wife, I look at the Rio, and I look at my wife, and I said, "Are we going to Penn and Teller?" She's like, "Yeah, I got you Penn and Teller tickets." I'm like, for like a little girl. And she's like, "That is the most excited I've ever seen you about going to do something." Because every time I do something, I'm like, all right, let's go do it. Oh, yeah, that was fun. Like when I went to Universal, I'm like, it was fun,
It's not like she's dragging you to. It's just not like she's dragging you to Taylor Swift again.
Right, and by the way, Taylor Swift concert, really good. But I didn't want to go, but it's fun. But she's like, that's the only time you were like super excited about going to a show that you had no idea you were going to.
Yeah.
So it was and it was a good show. I mean, I like magic. I'm not a person that's like, "Oh my god, everything's believable." No, it's not. It's all a show. It's a show.
Mm-hmm.
You know me.
No, I like learning the tricks,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Right, exactly. Or, how did they do that? Oh yeah, they could have done this and this and this, right? So, it was it was a good show, and I got my picture taken with Penn and Teller and all that stuff. It was fun.
That's what I like about Penn and Teller. They're not afraid to break kayfabe on magic. They're like, yeah,
Right.
this is how it's done. This
Yeah.
is what we do. And
They know it's a show, right?
Mhm.
That's their bit, right? Hey, it's a show. We're here to entertain you. Right. Just like professional wrestling, just like the fucking circus, just like the whatever.
Yep.
Jamie!
Oh!
Oh, Blinarino himself.
Speaking of the
As
professional,
soon as we started talking about Allison Hannigan, you knew Jamie had to.
Speaking of
I'm gonna-
professional fraudsters
Yeah.
who
Jamie-
perpetuate a false narrative,
Jamie, would you mind putting Agnes on? I need to talk to her.
yeah.
He's gonna have his
You're not
camera
done.
off, by the way.
And he's still on mute. He
if
hasn't
you're not
said
done
anything.
burying her face into a pillow, just pull her up for a minute.
You got to take the ball gag
How's
off
that?
first,
Can you-
Jamie.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah,
Good.
sorry. I was talking and I made a few jokes that were very hilarious.
Oh, we missed them.
Yeah, we missed them.
I'm laughing.
Is there any way you can say them again?
Yeah,
No,
I
it's
live.
past.
I live.
Time is past.
I'm like a dog.
Hopefully
I
not
just
an
live
Arctic
by the
dog.
moment. And yeah, all that kind of stuff. So
I had a dog once. That dog could actually remember things, Jamie.
yeah. What?
What?
You're more like a goldfish. Is what we're going
Ah.
for.
True.
Mhm.
Yeah. I smell like fish, and
Oh,
No, I was just saying you're dumb. I wasn't saying how you smell.
Listen.
Oh,
You're talking
Jamie's-
to three Maritimers, and we all smell like fish.
Jamie's been down at the docks looking for pussy. That's why he smells
Jamie-
like
The docks of Edmonton. Yeah, right.
Oh my god. Jamie has left the chat. You guys are mean. You guys are mean. I bet you guys are in a chat where you like are really mean.
You're working at the docks at West Edmonton Mall where the pirate ship is.
Oh, you
Yeah.
mean the BA1 chat? You dumb
Yeah. The main chat where we make fun of everyone.
Yeah.
You're in the same chat, Jamie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot about that. And
We never make fun of Jamie though.
I do.
Now's our chance.
Bring it
Yeah,
on.
Jamie, you handsome bastard. Stop being so handsome, you handsome guy who can have sex with women.
Actually, have
against her will.
sex with Greg's
Hey.
wife.
Yeah, I
Probably.
don't know. I'm looking at Nick and his like smoky goatee there. Holy shit, man! I'm kind of lost in your eyes there, buddy.
It's okay.
If only I could
Sure.
get this dripping in pussy juice, that would be great.
It's
Just-
okay.
I
James.
should
It's
say
not
again, but
Start-
I mean,
Start swiping. Start swiping.
start
I
swiping.
was gonna say, Nick. So go to your app. I don't know if you have an iPhone or an Android. Go to the App Store, download Tinder or Grinder. I'm not judging. Do whatever you want, and then get the app of your choice. Make a profile with a picture of yourself.
If it's Grinder, I need this. Anyway,
Yeah, there you go. Look like a pussy hunter. And get a good profile photo of yourself. In worst case, just take a picture of Scott, and then put it on there. And then every woman you see, doesn't matter what she looks like, swipe right on all of them. Swipe right until you get carpal tunnel syndrome. Eventually, at least
He's already got
be
that.
like,
He's already got that.
You're holding that roll of toilet paper, and you're like, your pussy could be sopped up with this right now.
oh, I'm gonna make you so wet. I'm gonna need this entire
it's
thing.
like, hey, baby, you want a penis that won't fit in that hole?
Oh, I mean, there you go. That's even a better.
Yeah.
They
See,
call me
like-
like Francis Stump.
Like that for me would be hot dog and hallway. So Nick, you've got that going already for you.
Oh, there we go. hey, baby, would you enjoy some internal bleeding? Swipe right.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
What?
No, we've already
Wow.
gone through this, Nick. Once you're ready, you will be able to do it, and you are a good-looking dude. So
So here's
Get
my,
out there,
here's my
buddy.
You
question.
don't have pussy juice on that beard.
Here's my question. During the week, I'm not anywhere near my significant other. I'm in another province altogether. Should I make another profile for myself?
Yes, you should.
Put it on plentyoffish.com.
And then Nick will swipe right on your wife's Tinder profile, so it all works out.
Oh my God.
You know, I actually.
I think ICQ is still around.
It's ICQ is around for another 20 days.
Oh, that's how to get the ultra nerd pussy. If there's any girls on ICQ,
And if you want to get some Russian girl per pussy, whatever's left,
you tell them you're an IT guy, and they're just gonna like volcano juices out of them.
you might be able
What
to
about-
talk
what
to
about-
some of the sexy chicks from Moncton that messaged us on ICQ back in 2001.
What about MSN Messenger? Or
Oh my
Yahoo?
god, yeah, I remember MSN Messenger shut down a long time ago.
I met my wife through MSN Messenger. Well, first through Lava Life, then we moved on.
You
to
just
MSN
dated
Messenger.
yourself there, Greg.
I'm
actually-
aware of that.
I'm actually on this. It's a pretty cool service, but the only friend that I've made is a guy named Tom.
Fuck you, Jamie.
Jesus.
The
So,
worst part is we all got that.
Yeah,
joke.
but he's gentle with his hands at least, though, right?
Mr. Lee, I actually met my wife off Plenty of Fish.
There you go. See what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I went on. There was a few of them like back in the day, like we're talking early 2000s, and I only went on a few dates, and none of them like went anywhere or whatever. But fuck, what were they called? Lava Life, I think, was the name of one of them.
Christian Mingle.
Actually, I think that was the only one that I was ever on, and it was like one of the like premier websites or whatever for just like you could put your profile up there, and it was like Facebook kind of thing. You just put your profile up, and you could chat with people. Yeah, I only went on a few dates, and one or two of them were nice, but like literally, one of them wanted to like. I don't know, just yeah, there were a few. Most of them were crazy in some way, so it didn't ever go anywhere. I'll just say that.
Well, most women on most dating sites. Now, I've only been on one date from Lava Life, and I end up marrying that girl. So,
Oh, good for
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I would like
Same.
that. Yeah, so that's. So what year was that,
I
Greg?
thought you said you just met her on MSN Messenger.
no, I met her on Lava Life, and then it moved on to MSN Messenger,
Ah,
and then it
so
moved
it
on
was
to
a lie.
real life.
What year?
and then
What
it
year was
moved
that,
in.
Greg?
Well, we've been together so it would have been early 2008. So, because I believe we've been together
Okay.
17 years at this point, if my math is
Yeah.
correct.
So when I was on Lava Life, it would have been probably 2002, I'm guessing.
Oh shit, that's a long time before that.
Yeah, it was literally like the first year or two that it was around. 2001, 2002. It was very early, and I probably only went on maybe like 5 or 6 dates, and they were pretty much all crazy except for one. One of them she was a very nice woman, but she literally wanted to have like kids tomorrow, and I was not.
Yes.
I was not ready
Those
for
ones,
that kind of thing.
yes.
Yeah, no,
She had a
she was
dual.
very nice. She was very sweet. And
She
it was
wanted
just
kids
like,
really
okay,
way
yeah,
fast.
no, I'm not really into that, and that was it.
I remember-
You'll find her.
Super
You'll find her
crazy.
sister. You'll find her sister profile on Farmers Only.
I remember so the weirdest story I ever have from Love Life. I didn't talk to that many women. I actually was pretty successful in meeting Agnes fairly quickly. I was only on there for about a month before I met Agnes. The weirdest fucking story I had was this Asian girl, probably Filipino or something like that. Seemed relatively nice at first, and then it's like 2 conversations in, she's telling me how she hates her life and how she wants to kill herself, and I'm just like, oh, okay, but she's like, but I won't because I'm very Christian. I'm not allowed to do that. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Goodbye.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then she sent me like this.
Try to
She sent me
save
like
her.
she sent me like weird videos where they were like she was like trying to be sexy, but it would be like fully clothed, and she just have like close-ups of her jeans and stuff. I'm like, I'm single and horny, but even I'm not turned on by this. I don't know what you're trying to do here.
I have
So-
the internet. I can see these things without the jeans.
It was just a whole fucking weird thing. It was like she was like, and then I don't know, like I think when I stopped talking to her, then like she was like, I still think I had her. I think you were like could still be friends or something, and like I think she was posting weird things about people betraying her and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know if that's me or not, but I don't want to touch this with a 12-foot pole.
Yeah. Anyone ever use that app? It used to run in like 1990s at 3 a.m. on television. Pick up the phone.
Oh God, yeah, I remember
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Got your tongue.
What, you
Pretty
never
long.
jerked off to that one?
I mean,
Le
that's
Rezo
what those were-
Recontra Kifes.
That's what those were on for, Nick. They ran them endlessly at like 3 a.m. on Canadian.
Yeah, but they had like the
television.
French
Jerked
versions
off
on
to the hot
TQS. And it was like, I think it was Le Rezo Recontra Kifes, which is
Yeah,
like
but
the network with more ass.
But you didn't need to call. You just could jerk off to the commercial.
Exactly.
Well, there's also Blue Nuit on Saturday nights at 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't think we had Blue Nuit. We had Showcase on Friday.
Did you
night.
have? You must have had. Greg. Well, geez, you missed out if you didn't have TQS.
But
Well,
City
my dad
TV
also
would
had-
do the blue.
Scott remembers Blue Nuit, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, and City TV.
Let's let Jamie talk. He was
They
talking.
did a stint of Blue Nuit, didn't they?
Yeah.
Jamie.
No, what Scott said. City TV had they had blue movies, and I think it was Saturday nights usually.
Yeah, they would have dirty movies. Now, my dad,
Yeah, they were-
just a little later when I was in high school, I think, my dad had an illegal satellite box, including all the porn channels were unlocked, so that was pretty good. I could just go there and
I mean,
Sure.
That was
that-
called
do my thing.
the Scrambler.
Oh
It
yeah,
was a
the
decent
black
movie,
box.
so-
Yeah, we had a black box where you could
I mean, that's-
scramble those cable
I mean,
channels.
that pretty much default across the board on most Canadian television back in the 80s and 90s. What past 8 o'clock, kind of everything goes, and it's like you'd have like your local cable channel, like your ATVs, or whatever the fuck. Hey, we bought a cheap sex comedy for however many dollars so we could fill a time slot before we go off the air at like 3 a.m. or whatever the fuck, right? They just play it. There's a ton of nudity in it. Half the time they wouldn't warn you that there's nudity in it because they didn't care. It was the same thing with like
You get that like that ASN or something. Remember ASN?
Yeah.
MITV.
There shouldn't be no.
Less so MITV, but ASN would have like the great movies thing that literally the same bumper graphics that City TV would have used, but they would have actually like advertised that this movie was on TV. I was like, but they wouldn't give a shit. They just warn you if it had nudity in it, and then they just play the movie. They would be unadulterated.
Yeah. And also, fucking A&E used to be good with that too, because
A&E was great.
There was a time where A&E did not give a shit. They were like desperate for whatever they could get for content, right? It was biography and then like a bunch of movies.
What about like
And
mid
they wanted
nineties
viewers, right? They wanted eyes.
mid nineties
Like,
showcase?
Yeah, like just going back to A&E for a second.
Sorry.
I remember watching on like Saturday afternoons. Oh, here's a slasher movie with some titties in it, and they just show it. Like no one had done a run through to like
Really?
censor it or anything. It was just like, yeah, here's a movie, fill in a time slot. That's us.
Wow.
That's A&E.
Man, I wish I'd have known about those.
I still remember like mid nineties showcase where they would play like Red Shoe Diaries and they just play whatever movie like even on a weeknight, and it probably have like titties or something like in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
talking about weird, like either late '90s or early 2000s shows. There was one called. It was obviously Canadian. It was called ZTV or something like that. Anyone
Mhm.
remember that?
It
Sounds
And it was-
vaguely.
I gotta look it up. It was Z, obviously, like ZED. I think it was ZTV, and they do like weird interviews, weird music. It was almost like it was a Much Music program, like
Yeah,
Um,
it's a CBC program between 2002 and 2006 called Zed.
Yes,
ZED.
yeah, that was my late night. I'd come home from whatever, either working late. I was on night shift at that time, or if you went out to the bar or something like that, and that would be what I would watch at night. And it was always just some weird stuff, and it would be the perfect kind of TV if you were like a pothead or something like that, which I was not, but just very very weird stuff all the time.
Do you remember?
It's cool.
That kind of reminds me of something. Do you remember Liquid Television on
Yep.
It was on MTV, but it was also on Much Music, and it had like all these like experimental cartoons or something that MTV had commissioned. One of them,
At
of
the
course,
Max.
yeah, the Max and the Head.
Yep.
Remember the Head?
Yep.
And I think
Like we'd always get that. That's the frustrating thing. Like everything from like the USA version of like the Cartoon Network or MTV or whatever would like come to our versions of those channels like 3 years later after all those shows have been canceled.
like
Basically,
Teletoon, it had Duckman and
for fucking Teletoon, there were Mission Hill. And was it Undergrads? I think was the other one.
yeah, there was Undergrads and there was Clone High.
Undergrad.
Yeah, and
Undergrad's
it's like,
awesome.
I was like, oh, I can't wait till season 2. It's like, no, this show was canceled 3 years ago. There's no season 2. Oh, fuck.
Television, didn't some animation stuff come out of that to go to SNL, like Ambiguously Gay Duo and shit like that? Didn't some of that come from? I could be talking out my butt here, but
Maybe.
Yeah,
I
Undergrads.
I thought.
Oh, yeah, you got Blue
the gay
Me.
duo was Robert Smigel, who was like long
Was
time
it? Okay.
SNL already or whatever. But
Yeah, I have a blue meanie from Upstreet. It's a double IPA,
That's pretty good. I like that one.
8%. 8%.
I've had
yeah.
that before. It's pretty good. Oh, you don't like it?
Yeah. It doesn't have enough blueberry in it.
I get that.
I mean,
Little
it tastes
Boy
alright.
Blue, he needed the money.
Okay, so Undergrads aired on MTV between April and August of 2001, and on Teletoon it aired from June to November, so they literally kind of overlapped when they were aired. But they only ever made one season of Undergrads.
yeah,
And apparently
so-
they're supposed to be they're working on an Undergrads movie that picks up where the last one left off, but I don't.
yeah,
Hey,
I don't know.
wish
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, guy. Hey, guy. Greg's talking, but he's on mute.
Great.
Greg's
He's
talking, but you're on mute.
wondering why
That would
he's,
explain-
nobody. That's why nobody listens
would
to Greg
explain-
anymore.
Exactly it. I was gonna say, wasn't that the series that had Cleopatra's butt in it?
No, that's Clone High.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
re-
I'm thinking.
I remember
That got
Clone High,
canceled
too, yeah.
one season, didn't it?
Where the one where all the characters are like famous historical figures, but they were like youthful clones of them in their
Clones of them?
teens,
Yeah.
like JFK and Cleopatra and Abraham Lincoln
Mhm.
and Gandhi. Like Gandhi and Lincoln were best friends or something like that, and then Cleopatra was like the high school hottie. JFK was a jock.
Because wouldn't that be cool if all your historical figures were actually friends, Nick?
Exactly.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Is there going to
Like-
be a youthful clone of the BA 101 group here?
Yes.
No.
No.
Wow.
We're gonna
It's not just-
have Lady Lee as the high school hottie, and then Lee as the jock.
No, when they made me, they broke the mold. Some of it grew back, but they managed to chip most of it off.
Scott's the Star Wars nerd, and
Look at Nick. They can't have young versions of us. Look at Nick. He's too much gray.
Nick is Han Solo.
fuck you, Scott.
The thing with Nick is he's got gray in the right places. My beard is now, like, I used to have a good beard, and when I was young it was brown and red.
How can we
And
tell
now
what your
it's
beard
brown
looks
and
like without
gray.
your camera on? Oh shit! I don't want to sound
No,
like
I
Carrie. I'm
don't-
sorry.
No, I don't have a beard right now. I'm just
Oh, you shit, huh?
Well, I can use a quote from Hunter S. Thompson to perfectly describe Nicholas Lowe.
Yeah.
Yeah. There he goes. One of God's own prototypes. A high-powered mutant of some kind never even considered for mass production. Too weird to live and too rare to die.
I love it actually. That's the spiel he used to describe. What's his Dr. Gonzo or something?
Yeah,
What's his name?
His
The
attorney,
Samoan-
Dr. Gonzo.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Nick is it like
Too weird
if
to
you look
live,
at
too rare to
Clooney-
die.
If you look at George Clooney and everyone's like, oh, the silver fox and blah blah blah, whatever. You look at George Clooney now; he looks like shit. He's the silver fox.
You say
Nick is
that,
the-
Jamie is like saying I'm sexier than George Clooney.
Jamie,
I don't know.
Jamie is saying that Nick is the dollar store version of George Clooney.
No,
And
No,
that actually makes more
George
sense.
Clooney. George Clooney is the dollar store version of Hollywood Nick. Nick,
Wow,
would be
Hollywood
Hollywood
Nick.
Like,
Wow.
Nick the Low Valentine.
No, George Clooney is he had gray, and he was good looking. Now he's old as fuck. He's right in that sweet spot right now.
I don't
He's
know.
got the gray.
I just saw a trailer with George Clooney and Brad Pitt in a new movie called Wolves, and
Yeah,
they look pretty good.
With AI
I was gonna
scrubbing
say,
his shitty
George
face.
Clooney, I think, still looks pretty good. And I'm sorry Jamie has this George Clooney hate on, but he's still a good-looking man.
Yeah,
I'm trying to pump Nick up. He's,
Oh, okay. Like Nick, even if Nick is not as handsome as George Clooney, that still doesn't
No.
mean there's still not plenty of pussy for Nick. Like George Clooney can only handle so much pussy, and then all the leftovers is for Nick.
and I'm proof
Yeah.
positive that an ugly dude can pull a chick. So
There we
It
go.
doesn't even matter.
Lee, all of us are.
I didn't want to. I had a rare moment where I didn't want to insult everybody else in the chat, but okay, sure, you want to put it that.
Oh,
I mean,
no,
you gotta
That's
you gotta
true.
pull the card when you pull the card, right?
Mhm.
You know.
None of us are 1990s George Clooney. So
No.
there you go.
Right?
No,
Jamie might be like late '90s George Clooney.
Oh God, no. Fuck.
Jamie's a handsome bastard.
you want to be George Clooney in Return of the Killer Tomatoes? 'Cause he was in that movie.
Was he in that movie?
He was in that movie. He's the wacky sidekick in Return of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh, I should actually rewatch that movie. I actually, back in the day when I saw that, I liked that movie. I liked it more than the first Killer Tomatoes movie.
I mean, at least it's a movie. The original Killer Tomatoes is like it's barely a movie. So
Yeah.
At least it's a movie.
it was something.
Yeah, I actually I'm back now. I just went back in time with my time machine, and I did just see Greg jerking off in the corner to George Clooney in
There we go.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes Part
You-
2.
I mean,
Now-
that's completely accurate.
And
now,
the VCR was paused.
Oh, okay. Now, speaking of people in the chat that look like or act like famous characters, I would say that because he's not here and is not speaking very much, that Redbeard is the current iteration of Bruce Willis.
With the dementia or without the dementia?
Yeah, I was gonna say like, that's
Bruce
kind of a
Willis
loaded statement.
can't speak anymore because he has the same dementia that my father passed away with.
Yeah.
Huh?
But he's still a good-looking guy.
How old was your father when he passed away? Couldn't have been young or old.
57? 58?
Oh, jeez.
Seriously, that's fucking brutal, man.
Yeah.
What a fucking
what's
shitty
this?
disease that is.
What's this?
No, 67. 67. No, 57.
Oh, okay. That's still way too young, honestly. But...
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
still.
Just like, what, did you lose another family member, Scott? Or
No, my dad.
well, your dad was
My dad-
67.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Now, what? Tell me to shut up if questions or whatever. But is it hereditary or not hereditary?
Probably.
But was there other people in the family that had it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandfather.
Dementia or related diseases are usually somewhat genetic.
Yes, but and that's one of the things that they're discovering now that is not. It's not a sentence that you're going to get it. It's just. It's
Well,
it's a good
it's a good
pointer to
indication.
live your life.
I'll
A good
put
pointer
it this
to,
way. My
do things that will counteract it, basically.
Like not drink alcohol.
fuck that.
It's one of them for sure, but
I was
also
gonna-
social hearing. Like if you lose your hearing early, that's one thing that'll really fuck you up. There's a number of them that can really make it worse.
Yep. Yeah, I'll
Go.
probably get it. To be honest.
I'm worried. I'm worried about it too because, like, my grandfather, he contracted Parkinson's when he was in his. He must have had the symptoms for a while, but he didn't really get bad until he was diagnosed when he was 69. He didn't live until he was 72. And my uncle, my uncle just passed away last week. I think you guys know that. That
Yeah,
he had Parkinson's. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's at like age 72, 73, just before COVID hit. And like Scott knows, he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in 2019, and you know that's like environmentally where you need to really kind of be around your surroundings. And he went downhill very quickly because COVID hit around the same time, and we couldn't go see him. All he had was my aunt. And within a year, he got violent with my aunt. He punched out my aunt, and he had to be put in a home. And he spent a lot of time waiting to be put in a home. So he wasn't himself in the last couple of years, and he was just basically drifting off. It was not a way to live. He lived to be 78, but he wasn't himself for the last 4 years.
Yeah, COVID was fucking horrible for a lot of people that, like something like that where it's setting in and then all of a sudden isolation.
Yeah.
COVID really accelerated things for my dad. Like because he kind of had a lot of hobbies and stuff that kind of kept him going. Like his mind was starting to go a little bit, but he had a lot of hobbies and shit that kept him going. Yeah. And all that suddenly disappeared, and he deteriorated really fucking quickly. Yeah. And then here's what they also don't tell you about dementia patients or people who have it, or like maybe have a mild case or something. When they're suddenly put in a very different situation, like for instance, when he broke his hip and suddenly he's in a hospital and they move him, and if we're in a hospital, you get a surgery, they put you in one room, then they put you in another room, then they might put you in another area to
and your surroundings are all messed up. Well, that's one thing.
Happens, that apparently just completely fucks up somebody who even has a mild mental condition. That will completely fuck them up, and that's exactly what happened to my dad. Is he would go from being fairly okay to suddenly he'd be like a wacko, like he'd be calling, like they'd take away his phone because he'd be calling my mom and say, "Yeah, come pick me up. The nurses say I'm ready to go," and mom's like, Ed, you just broke your hip yesterday. You gotta stay there."
The other thing is my mom was diagnosed with early stages dementia earlier this year, like back in January. So it's kind of worrisome that my grandfather had Parkinson's, my
Oh.
uncle had Alzheimer's, my mom's got dementia. So like, where am I?
How
What's
old
gonna
are
happen to
these
me?
people, though? Nick, how old are these people?
My grandmother, my
They're all in their
grandfather,
70s.
my grandfather was in early 70s. My uncle also was early 70s. Mom's early 70s. So it's all. I mean, it's a while from now for me, but I'm worried about it's gonna hit me
Yeah.
too. Just
But
like
Nick,
you, Scott, are worried
I-
about yourself.
Nick,
My-
one of the things you gotta keep up is like, honestly, something like this where it's a thing where you meet up with people or talk with people. It's weird to think, but that, like that chat is one of the good things, that you're talking with people, and you keep some kind of engagement with other people. Isolation is one thing, not being active is another. So it's just it's things that you got to keep up with, and just keep trying to be social with people, do exercises and stuff like that, and it's
You gotta get your
that's
minimum.
all
I
it
gotta
is.
get out and exercise. Yeah.
Gotta get your
but that's all
minimum
it
of
is.
Nick.
100 fuck you Gregs in a day. That stimulates your
Nick.
mind.
Honestly,
Nick,
also
the
a big
with you-
thing. Worrying about it isn't going to help at all.
It's true too. Yeah.
And Nick, the
It's
thing
not
with
because
you
there's only
is
so
all
much
your
you can do to
parents
prevent it. But
are all your people that you were talking about were in their 70s. My grandfather and my father all started their journey of Alzheimer's in their 50s and went
wow.
to their 60s to die.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
pretty.
that's
That's
it.
pretty fucking young. I will say this. There's another vein of an issue coming down my way that I'm worried about, and it's that no member other than my dad, my uncle, on my dad's side, all the members of the last several generations of the Lowe family have only lived to see their 60s, and it's because of heart issues. And my dad had a bicuspid valve replaced in his heart. He's got a pig valve, and at age he had that replaced at age 64. So I'm kind of worried.
Mhm.
How's my heart? That's kind of why I'm worried about my cholesterol, I guess, a little. No, not eating eggs all the time.
Well, you know what really would, Nick, obviously, one thing that would really help your cholesterol is at least once a year go to Amsterdam and visit the Red Light District.
I thought you were going to be
I
like
honestly-
Greg and say eat more vegetables or something.
I honestly don't know why.
Which is
you're
also
not there
true.
right now.
I should be
I don't
really
know why you're
eating
not there right now.
a Greek salad every once a week with a lot of feta.
well, you should. I won't. We won't go into your diet, Nick, because I think you know that could probably be improved. But forget about that. Nick, do you go to a doctor on a regular basis and have a physical done? Do you have your heart tested? Do you have your blood taken?
I
Nick-
did that back in
Nick, don't listen to
I did
Greg.
that 4 years ago.
Greg, how about you just I think you should, my prognosis or diagnosis or whatever.
You want me to
oath,
just
I
diagnose
think you should
Nick?
listen to
The Jamie
you
gnosis.
should say, go to Amsterdam and you'd be good.
Well, go to
Just like
Amsterdam.
fuck bitches get laid.
No,
He
but
might
seriously,
die there.
Once a year, go get your heart tested. It's literally an EKG. They put a couple sensors to you. They don't fucking
Yawn.
poke you. They put a couple sensors on you. You're lying there for about 10 minutes, and then they tell you, does your heart seem normal or is there anything wrong with it? And after that, if they see something that's abnormal, they can do further tests. If they see everything looks good, your heart it doesn't mean you're not going to have some fucking heart problems, but it's at least an indicator that, hey, your heart's an okay.
Yeah,
it's painless.
I
It's
do
covered by a
get
hip.
that,
There's
and
no
that's something
fucking reason not to
that's
do it.
something
It's
I got to
15 minutes
do.
at
It's
your
get
year.
a
So
blood test
do
done
it.
in EKG.
I do it every year, and so far my heart's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
well, that's one thing I do.
Or-
And you know what? The cycling
I usually
helps.
do it when I have my blood
The
taken.
the cycling helps my
You could not
cardio.
be nerd like Greg, and you could just go on a trip and do the thing that I said. And have
Oh, you
fun.
just go to fuck bitches in
Oh,
Amsterdam?
just froze.
Or Nick,
Or
or you should get regular prostate exams.
up the butt.
From Greg.
Well, you're that age. You're that from Greg.
You know what
You're
the
that age.
you know what the sad part? That's another fucking thing. My family has had issues with cancer too. So my uncle, the one that passed away, my uncle that passed away last week, he had his prostate removed, and my grandmother on my mom's side had breast cancer. So
Well, that's the other. That's the other fun
Nick.
part about being a doctor. Well,
So I got heart issues on one side, I got cancer on the other, and dementia
Nick.
issues.
God damn it! Why are you not in fucking Amsterdam right now?
Why am I not?
You might die next year. Get there. God.
So the good news is, if you don't necessarily need to get, if you're worried about prostate cancer, you don't need to. Because I have prostate cancer. My dad had prostate cancer. He didn't die from it, but he had it. So I definitely had to get the finger up my butt a few times. But they actually don't need to do that. They actually don't need to do that anymore, which is actually too bad, because when I got this really hot female Jamaican doctor,
You wanted the
and she
Stifler
was like,
treatment where you had the finger up the butt.
I want her to give me her finger up the butt, and she was just like, "No, we don't have to do that anymore. We just do it in your blood test." I'm like, "Oh, man, I had this old Jewish guy with fingers that were like this long, and he used to just fucking stick it in my ass all the time."
You know what?
You won't do it.
I was gonna say the reason why I'm not in the Amsterdam is this thing. This is empty. But what I was saying, the next best thing to Amsterdam is probably going to visit Scott and PEI.
I thought you got rid of your credit card debt.
Yeah, he did too, didn't he?
Oh my credit card debt is actually good right now, and my credit rating is actually good right now.
Wow, so that put you at broke. Congratulations.
So here's the thing.
I'm just broke.
Who
Yeah,
who here on this chat is the closest to the medical field?
you.
Right now, Scott, I'd say.
It's like Scott, you're drawing attention to yourself. Well, who thought?
Nick, you need a finger up your butt.
Nick does need a finger up his butt.
At the red light district.
Not medically. He just needs a finger up his butt.
Scott, you might be one of my best friends, but you're not sticking a finger up my butt. Anyway.
I didn't say me. I just said Nick needs a finger up his butt. And I'm not saying it has to be medical. It could be anything.
It could be a licensed professional. That doesn't.
But as I was saying, they don't generally, as long as they don't notice any problems, they don't generally need to stick the finger up
It's
your
a
butt
license.
Get your blood test. If you're not getting a blood test every year or every 2 years, get your blood test. Don't be afraid of needles. Get your blood taken. Though they can do the test that'll tell basically. They'll basically tell you like if your levels in your prostate are high, and then that's when they might want to further explore and put a finger up your butt. But if your prostate levels are normal, then you're good to go. They did an ultrasound on me a couple of years ago, and my prostate was, I guess, a little bit bigger than it should have been. So they're okay, we want to test you. So then they tested me. They're like, well, your prostate levels are normal. So no, we don't know. It's just you have a bigger prostate than normal. Like, that's great.
And when you know, and on the heart side of things, like if you do get a test done and they run into like some issues, you're still you're still young enough where it's like you can take steps to like prevent any future problems, or if you do have problems.
The cycling helps. Like the cycling, it really helps my blood pressure. Because the weirdest thing was last time I went and had a checkup done. Great, it's been a while. Is that sure, my cholesterol is higher than it should be, but it's not critically high. And the biggest thing is my blood pressure is normal. Mm-hmm. So that's the weird thing. I would have thought I had high blood pressure and I should be on medication, but I go get a blood test and checkup done, and I'm like, and they're like, yeah, this is your, I forget what the number was. It was like something like 90 over 120 or something like that. I forget. It was like, but it's a normal blood pressure. I'm like, really?
But we're
I eat McDonald's 3 times a week. What the fuck?
But we're in a day and age now where even if you did have like a heart attack now, that wouldn't necessarily be a super life changing.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it's not a widowmaker.
Yeah.
I mean, is your doctor still Nick? Is your doctor still Dr. McLaughlin?
No. I had Dr. Myers for a while, but now he retired.
Oh.
He got out.
Dr. Myers.
Not Dr. Myers. Yeah, he literally spelled the same way as Scott. It was Dr. Stephen Myers. S. Myers. But because I think you had Dr. Myers for a while, didn't you? No. Okay. Whatever. Anyway, my doctor now is Dr. Atalahi. He's like an Iranian doctor. He's a good man. I like the guy. And yes, he's had a finger up my butt. But
he'll break you, make you humble. Fuck you in the ass.
They always try to start you off with a finger in the butt, just to let you know who's in charge.
I will fuck you like the Hulk Hogan.
I fuck you in the ass. But it's not fair. Who's the fucking nihilist here?
My dad used to always say that he didn't mind the finger up his butt, but he got a little bit weirded out when the doctor would put two hands on his shoulders during.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Could have done without the Barry White music. Radar!
Yay!
Speaking of fingers up the butt.
Finger up the butt in the Barry White music.
You come to Shiki, baby, and get
Tonight is right for love.
And then Radar.
Oh, there's Radar at the Isle of Man flag.
Yep. Isle of Man.
Man.
Read my fucking what I wrote there on the.
Oh yeah, you were saying that Hunter Thompson quote. That's literally the Beernomicron description of Nick. Like like too rare to live, too weird to live, too rare to die.
Some sort of
that sounds like Nick.
Yeah, I'll take it. I love that line from Fear and Loathing. We gotta watch that again. Actually, I haven't watched that movie in probably 20 years in 20 years at this point.
I never. Are we still online, Nick?
Well, there is a movie night Saturday. Just putting it out there.
Fear and Loathing Las Vegas. I'd love to watch that again.
Yeah,
Nick, are we still on? Are we still on?
We are still live. Yeah.
I think so.
I'm going to bed soon, but not yet. So.
Yeah, you can't show titties just yet, Scott.
Why, you want to show titties? I'll take us offline if you want to show titties.
Oh, yeah, we want to show titties.
PEI titties. I haven't seen any PEI.
Island titties.
No, they're too humble in German.
I was gonna say, doesn't
The
Scott have
humble
PEI
titties.
boards by now?
First pair of titties ever touched were in Prince Edward Island.
Seriously?
Oh, there we
Club
go.
and PI.
What's that?
It's probably the same pair of tits.
I got laid once in PEI, but it was just because we were visiting. I haven't been to PEI in like
I
10 years,
know why
11
Nick
years.
isn't buying plane tickets to PEI right now.
Because he drive there, it's not that far away.
Yeah.
I was waiting
times the price.
I was waiting to check with Scott to see if he had any room for me to crash on the floor.
Oh yeah, how's PEI? How's the house there?
I mean, it's a room in an apartment.
Yeah, I'd probably have to get an Airbnb or something.
Nah,
But-
there's always room in Scott's bed.
Yeah, it'd be fun. It'd be kind of fun to come and visit you for a couple nights during the week or something when.
You guys can sleep ass to ass, it'll be fine.
There you go. You can snoodle.
That's my bed right there.
Scott,
you go.
just make sure you have another place to crash when Nick pulls some PEI.
Knock on the doorknob.
I was gonna say when Nick gets some PEI Taco Tuesday and just stinks up the place.
So they have a Taco Tuesday in Charlottetown.
They do.
What? That's just said
Oh,
Taco Bell.
you guys can both have tacos and then have fart battles.
I don't know, Scott. Yeah, Scott's like so basic when it comes to spices. Like he gets hamburgers with just ketchup on them.
Jesus
And
Christ.
chicken with like very minimal spice and white rice and
Except for the African guys,
potatoes.
your African roommates. Like it's just like the Radar living in the Congolese embassy. It's just.
What's the PEI version of like you put a sock on the door so your roommate just come in? Is it like you hang a lobster on the door?
Lobster's too valuable. You just hang like a buoy.
Hang like a buoy. A buoy off the door.
Potato, yeah. Half a
it's a
potato.
potato.
You're like, yar, don't be doing any fishing here.
Half a
The ship's entering port.
Half a red potato means we're going to be doing it half the night. Whole potato means the place is done for the entire night. That's how it's.
Wow.
It's
I mean-
a rope in the fanciest fisherman's knot on the knob. If it's classy, a buoy on the door if she's a slut. I won't use it. I won't.
Boy, oh boy.
Or
This is,
red
one you,
potatoes.
this is one you catch and then you throw away the next morning.
Jamie's a fucking gentleman over here.
Wow.
And
What the fuck?
And if it's a girl of
Hey, Jimmy C is in the chat. Cheers, dude.
lobster chat, crab trap.
The other
If
Jamie.
it's a girl.
Oh,
If it's a girl of
Radar, did you see
Mr.
that thing I tagged you on in the chat?
Like today?
Like yesterday.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, Jesus, I gotta share it.
I'll take a look there if I can find it.
Yeah. So if there's a girl of misrepute, it's a crab trap on the door.
Crab trap.
I feel any girl that'll have sex with me is of misrepute. Oh,
She literally is misrepute.
We'll go to. I'm gonna share it in the fucking. It's too funny.
And then
All right, yeah.
Can you rate?
Share it on
There.
Discord.
Yeah, I'm gonna share it here in a second.
All right.
I just had to bring it up in fucking Firefox because YouTube fucking sucks when it comes to this shit.
Yeah.
All
So-
right,
So Scott, when do you normally go back to Sussex? You go Friday night and then come back Friday night and then you go back Sunday evening?
Sunday night. Yep.
With Chris Elliott as a hitchhiker.
Oh, this! We've blocked it. At least you're using an ad blocker. This full screen it, Lee.
Ah. Late night.
Do, 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 do. Wow.
Chris
totally
Elliott,
got it
whatever
down.
happened
Yeah, this is
What's that guy's name? Is that
Chris Elliott. Chris Elliott.
Yeah.
Chris Elliott?
Before he did Groundhog Day and
Oh, yeah.
filmed entirely on location in Canada.
All right, welcome back to the program, kids. Monday on our show, Den Fujita, the hamburger king of Japan, will be here. Actor John Larroquette will also be here from Night Court.
Ooh.
And a week from Saturday night, it will be our 5th anniversary show. That's 11:30 right here on NBC, February 7th, celebrating 5 years on the air here from New York.
Air.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our
5 years on the air.
category for tonight. And the category on the top 10 list tonight is Things Shirley MacLaine Was in Previous Lives.
What are you drinking,
Things
Radar?
that Shirley MacLaine was in
Is that
previous lives.
What David
What do you
Letterman
malt
is
liquor
about
or
to
what?
find out may very well tug at the fiber of what he knows is truth. The top 10 list will then become the thin line between the synthetic fantasy world of television and Dave's own personal nightmare.
I'm surprised enough people knew what Hitchhiker was back in the day that pulled this off.
Number 10, George Washington's special friend Howie. Number 9, Original Darren on Bewitched. Number 8, Big Dumb Fish. That was in the mid-13th century. Number 7, Confucius Groupie. Number 6, Equipment Manager for the Buffalo Sabres. Number 5, Undercooked Chop sent back by President Wilson. Number 4, another Big Dumb Fish. That was in the late 16th century. Number 3, Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake on MASH. No, I'm sorry, that's McLean Stevenson. Number 2, Plankton eaten by Big Dumb Fish, early 19th century. Number 1, can of Stop and Shop diagonally sliced green beans.
What the fuck?
The cat has 9 lives, but no one knows the indignity of a failed top 10 list better than Dave. What was a vision of light-hearted entertainment tonight has been transformed into a vision of violence and death, perpetrated on its own creator.
Chris, what exactly was that?
Chris, you must be mistaken. I'm not Chris.
What exactly is your name then?
Well, I have no name.
Yeah,
I'm the hitchhiker.
I see. And, oh, I get it. And you'll probably be making periodic appearances on the show, and maybe this could be a new little running character for us?
You never know, Dave.
All right.
Like, Dave's top 10 list sucks, But this bit is awesome. Like do. For all those zero viewers.
Short video.
Alright, on that note, I'm going to take this stream offline. So thanks for watching, the zero viewers that we have.
We're going to say racist shit and put nudity on, so yay.
That's exactly it. Alright, so, yeah, cheers, buddies. Zero viewers.